All right, let's get it going. Make sure the camera is, am I centered? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Purple and Gold Bars Show. I am your host, Supreme Overlord, aka Mr. AI Man 3000, aka Mr. Purple and Gold Bars, at your service. And today, I've got a rant, okay? So just bear with me. I'm going to let it all out. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show because I am absolutely frustrated to no avail, okay? And honestly, frustrated might be putting it nicely. Somebody's going to get some medicine today. So before we do, though, let's get that intro started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before you get it twisted, no, I'm not here to lay into the Vikings. No, I'm not here to trash JJ McCarthy. I'm not here to trash Max Brosmer. And I'm not putting this on Kevin O'Connell, Brian Flores, or Kwesi Mensah. If that's what you thought was coming, you are exactly the person I'm talking to. You are the one who needs the tough love. You need to pull your head out of your ass. Let's be real. Because if you went into this season thinking we were about to put together a Super Bowl run, if you expected JJ to walk out and play and look like a year 10 Tom Brady, if you expected a rookie plus a top roster, top coaches, a beginning of a new era to equal instant dynasty, I'm sorry to tell you. Your frustration and anger with this team is a you problem. No one else, just you. Look, I'm not going to pretend that I haven't been frustrated this year too, but not for the reasons the fan base and some content creators have been yelling about all season. Shout out to those Vikings fans who have been trying to knock some sense into the rest of them, into the rest of the fan base. The ones saying, embrace the suck. This is part of development. You're overreacting. Come on, get your head out of your ass. That's the right perspective and the guidance it should be listening to. Meanwhile, I've been seeing everything. Tweets, comments, videos, reactions, rage posts, not just from Vikings fans, but from fans across the league, because I do my homework. I gather as much information and as I can so I can stay rational, objective, and grounded in actual football knowledge. And man, this year, I've seen it all. I've seen one of the biggest Vikings content creators today call to tear down the whole thing down to the studs. I've seen people say, we got to fire KOC. I've seen people trashing an undrafted free agent rookie quarterback because they expected him to go out there and be the next Brock Purdy in his first start. I've seen brain-dead take after brain-dead take about JJ McCarthy, the play calling, run the ball more, fire the coach. This team is cooked. It's delusion. It's cognitive dissonance. It's people lying to themselves because their expectations were cooked from the beginning. How can you simultaneously know that JJ is basically a rookie, a developmental rookie at that, rookie quarterbacks struggle, and even the outliers struggle. And then expect them, on the other hand, to look like world beaters out the gate. Your brains need to be studied, respectfully. I had faith too, but I was realistic. Before week 1, I literally said this season would be a roller coaster. I then changed that to, this team is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I said we'd see struggles and incredible highs, and we've seen that. We've seen, look at the San Diego game, or look at the Chargers game, then look at the Lions game. Struggles and incredible highs, flashes and growing pains, and that's all you should have been expecting this season. I predicted a 12-win ceiling if everything clicked perfectly. and a floor of 8 or 9 wins if we hit real adversity. And that wasn't even taking adversity, not accounting for injuries. My predictions were based on if we didn't suffer any massive injuries and every single player for the most part was available every week. And if not for the avalanche of injuries, I still believe that prediction would have come true. I also said Vrabel would be coach of the year. I picked the Giants and Patriots to turn heads this year. I said the Lions would be lucky to win 10 games this year. It's like I do my research and analyze the data and make accurate predictions. Last year, I nailed my predictions and we won 14 games when I said we would win between 12 and 15 games. When the experts and all the AI models said we'd be lucky to win 5 games. Like when I broke down exactly what Sam Darnold would be in purple and gold and how he would look in the playoffs. I hopped on the Let's Goal channel and on an aftercare live stream, and I told the audience straight up what the season was actually about. Learning to face adversity, sticking through it, and building a mental toughness you need when you eventually become a playoff team, or to get you ready for this year and the adversity, the overwhelming adversity that we've faced. And as a result, guess what? This team has never given up. It's always tried to keep us in games. We've even gotten to the point where had luck fallen in our favor, we would have won a couple more games, and based on those results, KOC would have been lauded as coach of the year maybe. But that's not the way it happened. We just got adversity after injury, after adversity, after injury. And by the end of the year, who was right last year? Me. And the same folks who said last year it's a Super Bowl incoming, guys. Sam Darnold is going to take us to the Super Bowl, and he's going to look good doing it. Those were the same people that were crying for a full teardown 12 months later. Funny how the truth hurts. Now let's get into some harsh truths. You are the reason you're upset. Not the team, not the coach, not the quarterback. You. Your expectations were delusional. This team is good, top to bottom. The play calling is not the issue. JJ is not the issue. KOC is not the issue. Kwesi is not the issue. This defense is one of the best in football because of Kwesi and Flores and his scheme. You think watching football makes you an expert? That's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You know just enough to feel confident, but not enough to know what you don't know. Even Chip Kelly, who literally just got fired for being a terrible play caller this season, knows more about football than every single fan that makes these comments and these bold takes and statements. He could run circles around you, me, with concepts and ideas and experience that we've never even contemplated or heard of. That's why we're not at the front office at some college level team or at the NFL level, because we really don't know. That's why you don't see me making videos saying, this is the problem, this is how we need to fix it, because I don't know any better. What I do know is the experience that comes from my ability to do research and stay objective, as well as my experience training employees and clients. So I have a unique insight on what development looks like and skills acquisition. I've seen people say things this year like, why doesn't KOC run the ball more? Well, because the penalties and down and distance situations have forced us to throw. Come on, you're smarter than that. Figure it out. Why did JJ throw 40 times last game? Well, because sometimes the opposing team isn't going to let you execute your game plan. Therefore, we get into situations where the game dictates 40-plus throws. If we just run the ball, we win. Hey, guess what? We ran the ball against the Packers more than any other game in this season. How did that go? It's funny how the things that you don't know are the things that get you. This isn't Madden, okay? Now let me ask you something. When babies take their first steps, do they sprint like Olympic athletes? Do people walk into their first job and become the CEO on day one? Did any of you marry your first crush on the first date and live happily ever after? Did you walk into elementary school and walk out the same day graduated and ready for college? No, you didn't. No one does. Then why do you expect JJ and your team to skip the entire developmental phase? And don't come at me with, oh, well, actually, my kid. Nonsense. And if your son sprinted before or your son or daughter sprinted before he walked, then congratulations. You found baby Superman or Supergirl in a Kansas field somewhere. For the rest of us, reality exists. My actual frustrations are only two things: delusional fans and the nonsense and pressure they put on the team that isn't warranted. Our developmental path, and second, our developmental path getting derailed by injuries, and I guarantee, in an alternate reality, where we didn't have any injuries and we were able to go through every stage of the game plan that we had developed before the season started, heck, we might be fighting for a wild card in that alternate reality, just like I predicted we could be. That's it. Those two things are the only things that have me frustrated, because I understand development and I understand that sometimes you have to take 2 steps back before you take 1 step forward. That's how it works. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with this team. JJ has shown historic flashes as he has, and he has what Sam Darnold will never have: the ability to never crumble and put the cape on, even if he hasn't learned how to wear it yet. Max showed toughness. He never gave up. He made a few nice passes and plays and got to feel NFL speed. So in the future, when he has to step in, when we are rolling, he is ready. Or he's more ready for that situation or that opportunity. Flores has this defense balling. And don't get it twisted, it's one of the best defenses in the league. KOC has had to throw away the preseason game plan, or the game plan that we had built in the offseason, and had to learn on the fly. And if luck fell our way and won some of those close games that we almost came back and won, the media would be calling him to be the coach of the year. Jettas, Addison, Hawk have had down years, and it means nothing long term. Better now than in a year when we're actually pushing for a playoff run. Whether you want to admit it or not, growth isn't linear. Sometimes you zig when you're meant to zig. Sometimes you zag when you're meant to zig. Sometimes you take 2 steps back and 1 step forward. Sometimes you have to lose in order to win. That's how development works. It's the way it's been the entire human existence. Look at Sam Darnold, top pick. Wasn't a Cinderella run to his first Super Bowl in year 1. It took years for him to get back on track. And look at him now. He's doing pretty good, even though he's still got a lot to go. Bryce Young, labeled a bust, bullied by the media, and now he's having career best years. Or career best games, and probably going to be his career best year. Mac Jones, dumped by the Patriots, and now is in line for a good contract after stepping in and producing for the 49ers. Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, Drake May. Every single one of those guys have had ups and downs. This is normal. And because I expected all of this, I haven't been mad at the team at all. That's exactly what rebuilding looks like. Exactly what progress looks like. Vikings fans have wanted a lottery pick to quarterback to develop until they've had to live through the growing pains. Now they want to give it all up and go back to doing the same old thing that we do, pick up some old veteran quarterback that doesn't have enough to get us there or is fundamentally flawed just to get humiliated in the playoffs. That's what you really want, huh? Unbelievable. We could be the Lions, forever building on swampland and sinking every time and pretending they're on the rise. Look at them now, heading back to a last place schedule that they will probably be stuck on for at least a decade. So here's your medicine, Vikings fan. Swallow your pride. Let go of the delusions. Accept reality and trust the process. Because when it comes to development, we are right on track. We're learning lessons now that we will draw on when this team starts rolling. When we're avoiding the same bad situations in the future and winning games because of the foundation we built today, don't worry. I'll be telling anyone who listens, I told you so. Now that's it for me, guys. I love every single one of you guys. And don't take the tough love personal. Sometimes you need someone to knock a little sense into you. Take your medicine. It's going to make you feel better. Have a great day. Keep your head up. You're better than that.